Hey Sean, it's Chris again. Just here to, give you a response to part 3 of the interview series. Thank you for answering my questions. I really appreciate it, and I absolutely agree with what you said about teaching us how to think on our feet and not just be people that just spew out facts. We do the same thing with the cases of the week and stuff like that. We do the problem-based curriculum as well as the system-based stuff, so it helps us out a whole lot, and I actually like it. We get together and we talk about different cases and we think through it logically, going from what we've learned in class, putting it together with things that we've learned in the past, and then moving forward to find a solution for the patient. And it's patients that they've had in the past, so they know the right answer, they know what they've done, they're trying to get us to that point. So thank you for that, I appreciate it and absolutely agree. So your question was, what tools are available for the MCAT and how did I prepare? So, right here. This is just a stack of books that I've accumulated whenever I was studying for the MCAT. I have a Kaplan book. I have a few exam cracker books that I don't have out here. And just a whole lot of Princeton Review stuff, because that's the one that I actually took with the Princeton Review course. So, my way that I went about doing it was I realized that there was a whole lot of information, and it was more than I was ever going to get through just going through it on my own. I needed someone to go back and help me refresh and put me on the right kind of track. So I went to Princeton Review, and I took their course. I took their semester-long course, which starts in mid-January and runs through April for people that are taking the test in April or May. I took my test at the end of May, beginning of June, and that was just a personal choice. Most people usually take theirs, as you probably know, in April, but that was a little too soon for me. I had stuff going on with class, so I didn't want to do it at the same time that I was doing finals and all that kind of fun stuff and getting revved up for all that. So I decided to take it a little later and take some more time on my own to study. But how I did it was I took the Princeton Review class, and I went to all their classes and did all their stuff in their workbooks and all the homework that they assigned and all that kind of fun stuff. And then went back and did, of course, like you need to do your own self-study, stuff like that. So this one up top is a Kaplan book that I use for supplementary stuff. I wanted to go back and do practice problems that weren't in here. So I use this one, not a whole lot. I bought this one a long, long time ago, and I used it just kind of briefly, not really a whole lot. But so what I would do is, like I said, I'd go to classes, and they'd give you homework to do, and I make sure I did all that. But in addition to that, the way I studied for the MCAT was during the course of the semester, I made sure that before school let out, I wanted to go through this book, the big books, the reviews. They have one of these, which is the physical science one, which has physics and gen chem in it, and then the other one, which is down here on the bottom, you can't really see very well, is the one that's for the biological stuff, is OChem and biology. I want to make sure that I read through this book and the other one that's the same size at least twice during the semester that I was studying for the MCAT. So I went through these, highlighted, took notes, all that kind of stuff, took notes in class. And then after that, I just worked on practice problems after that. So I wanted to see this stuff as many times as possible. So a little more, I guess, detailed about exactly how that worked out was, instead of taking it in May or in April, I took mine the very end of May. And since we got out of class the first week of May, I spent that whole next 3 weeks just studying MCAT. I went to the library at 8 a.m. Monday through Friday and stayed in the library until I couldn't possibly take it anymore, which was usually 8 or 9 o'clock at night. I took an hour lunch break, went home, watched TV for about an hour, and then went to sleep and did it again the next day. Just over and over and over again. So after I got through these two things, which was my goal for the semester, was to read this book and the other one just like it and take notes and understand what's going on inside this book twice. Okay, this one and the other one. I went and made sure that every possible problem that I could get my hands on, from the verbal workbook through to the science workbook, which is this. This has all 4 of the sciences in it. I made sure that I went through all of those problems, every single one of them, and I took every single one of the practice MCATs that I could get my hands on. The way these work, and some of the things that are presented here are available for you to do, they have full-length practice MCATs on the website that any of the review courses that you can take, whether it be Princeton Review, Exam Crackers, Kaplan, they all offer it to where you can get old released copies of the MCAT that are a few years old but still in the right kind of difficulty level and format and stuff like that. So I went through and took all of those and monitored my progress. And at the very end of last week, I went back and I looked at all my scores, the ups and downs and the trends of all my scores, and figured out where my weak area was, and then I focused just on my weak areas to round out my studying for it. So that's about how I went about doing it. Everybody else can go by doing it a different way. I sat down and wrote out this schedule of how I was going to do it at the very beginning of the semester and had it all planned out. I didn't want to be just blindly going through it, and I suggest everybody else do that too. That's a good way to get yourself organized. There's a lot of stuff to do. You need to be on track, on top of it. So that's how I went about studying for the MCAT. I don't want to say anything biased towards one way to prepare or the other. I mean, they all have to do the same thing. Kaplan will give you a guarantee. Princeton Review will give you a guarantee that your scores will go up. All of them will do the same kind of thing, and they're all basically for the same purpose. And it comes down to much more than just what program you do, but how you handle it. So that's what I would say would be the best way to prepare for it. Pick a program that you want to take, wherever's offered around you, whatever you feel more comfortable taking, whatever works with your schedule. Sit down, write out a schedule, what you're going to do, how you're going to prepare for it, stick to it, and just go at it. Also, that semester, I took a really light semester. I took 12 semester hours that semester, just barely full time. I scheduled all my classes to be on Tuesday and Thursday, so I had Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with no classes, nothing to do except for MCAT. On the weekends, I did my schoolwork for my classes, and the rest of the week, I just studied MCAT. It might have gone a little overboard with it, but it worked out for me, and that's how I studied for the MCAT. So I hope that answered your question about how to study for the MCAT. Now I have one for you, completely not related to the MCAT at all. Actually, I have two for you, I guess, now that I think of it. You're a little bit closer to the USMLE Step 1, 2, and 3, and all that kind of fun stuff. So how did you study for that? What was your method of going about getting ready for that? And do you have any advice for us, medical students, as this next year, the second year, we're building up to take it during the summer? So that's the first question of mine that I have for you. And the second question I have is I haven't really had enough time to watch the news and read about the new healthcare reform. So I haven't had an ability or a chance yet to make up my mind about what I think about it. I think something needed to be done. And I don't really know too much about what was done just because I'm in school and I don't really have time to go through and read all of it. So I wanted to see what your perspective was about the new reform, or what you think about it from a practicing physician, and if you have any thoughts or ideas or opinions on it. So that's my question to you. Have a good weekend, and I'll look forward to your response. All right, thanks.